Alrighty, everybody. I will call the Licensing, Hearings, and Public Safety Committee to order for the June 23rd meeting at 4:30 p.m. We'll do roll call. Alder Lefebvre. Here. Alder Boris. Here. Alder Perella. Yes. And Alder Heidemann. Here. And Alder Rust is present. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Alrighty, I think we know each other. Alrighty, I'm looking for a motion for approval of the minutes from the June 9th, 2025 meeting.
So moved.
Second. All in favor of approving those minutes, state aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, those are approved. Item number 6, presentation by potential applicants for available Class A alcohol beverage license. City Attorney.
Testing?
Yep.
Great. Hello, everyone. So today we've got applications or some applicants here for potential available Class A alcohol beverage licenses. At last check, I saw that there were 3 applicants, but there may be more. There are 3 licenses available. As you know, we just recently increased our limit from, or our quota, from 15 to 18. So we've got 3 available now. And as another reminder, the Class A licenses are the ones that allow for retail sales, like your liquor stores or something like that, or grocery stores. Some of them include intoxicating liquor, that's like your hard alcohol, beer and cider. Some of them may just be beer and cider. The ones that we're here for today is for the intoxicating liquor. A few things for you to keep in mind while you're deciding on whom to allow to apply for a license. Please refer to the policies or the guidelines that I've attached and given to you today. Those should be used to determine who should receive a license. Do not consider things like ethnicity, gender, etc. You should be making this decision based on which applicant you believe to be most deserving and best for the city. Do not make this decision based on personal wishes. You're not required to grant the ability to apply for a license just because 3 are available. If you would rather wait for an applicant or a project that's better for the city, you may do so. Please keep in mind we do have the limited number of licenses available, and again, not required to issue a license just because we have 3. You may choose that there may be a rock star applicant in the future. For these presentations themselves, we'll have you come up and speak at the mic. Please keep it 5 minutes or less, and I will be here to answer any questions that you may have.
Does anybody have any questions about this before we start with presentations? Alder Perella.
So this is, just to clarify, it's for consumption inside and to leave the premises?
This is not for consumption inside. This is for consumption outside. Like, imagine you went to a grocery store and you were buying your groceries and you also bought a bottle of vodka, and you would take that home and take that away.
Thank you.
All right, any other questions? All right, seeing none, I will start presentations.
Thank you.
Do we have a list about who's applying or anything? Otherwise, one at a time if you're here for a Class A alcohol beverage license. All right, come up. Please state your business, where it is, and why you would like this license.
So, hello all committee members. My name is Dawal Patel, and I'm from Sheboygan Store LLC. It's a mobile gas station at 3715 Washington Avenue in Sheboygan here.
All right, and why would you like this license?
Okay. So, again, all committee members, my name is, as I said, Dawal Patel. I am one of the LLC member of Sheboygan Store LLC. It's a 3715 Washington Avenue in Sheboygan here. Today, I would like to share our journey to the Sheboygan Mobile, as well as I would like to discuss why it is so important for us to have a Class A liquor license. We purchased our gas station back in August 2023. When we purchased our station, we had a tenant with a 20-year lease the company called Squirrel Gas Companies, as we all probably know, who owned 350 plus gas stations all over in the US. So when we purchased the station, we were expecting a steady, solid income for our next 20 years. Well, unfortunately, within 8 months of our ownership, we found out that the company has filed a bankruptcy and they stopped paying us the rent. We were so financially depressed. We even hired a lawyer to find out how can we take the company to the court to see what are our options. Well, unfortunately, due to Chapter 7 and Chapter 11 was involved, there wasn't a lot we could do about them. But the only two options we were left with was either to sell our property or our gas station at a much lower price than what we purchased for, since the station was sitting closed for almost over a year, or to reopen the station and run ourselves. We decided to reopen our gas station. However, when we contacted the state of Wisconsin to re-permit us for the existing gasoline tanks, they denied our request due to these tanks were also sitting closed for over years. We ended up spending $800,000 more and we installed a brand new gasoline tanks, and we reopened our station 7 months ago, and we are still struggling reaching to a certain financial gross volume where we can recoup all these expenses. The reason I'm sharing our background is not just to show our financial hardship, but also to show our commitment to develop a much needed beautiful gas station in the suburban industrial district area where there is currently no any other gas stations on that exit number 123 of I-43. So this was our journey where we currently are. Now I would like to discuss a little bit about our customer audience. Because our store is sitting in the industrial district area, we do not see a lot of city residents traffic. However, most of our customers are either the employees who are working in the industries on that area or the people who are traveling along the I-43 north and south. We also have some hotels around our gas stations where a lot of corporate guest stays, as well as some leisure guest visits whenever they are visiting their friends and families or they are attending any events in the Sheboygan area. Most of the time, our guests or our customers are looking to do their quick stop where they can purchase their groceries, milk, dairy products, liquor, beer, wine, tobacco, and the most important is refill the gas in their cars. We do have all of these items for them except the Class A liquor license. Well, currently there is one other place called Walmart right behind us where they can purchase all of these items. However, they still have to make an additional stop at our gas station to refill the gas in their cars. And so, as I say, this is the most important reason we are trying to eliminate that extra stop for our guests so they can buy everything, whatever they need, and head to either home after their long day or head to the hotel after their long drive. So this is the most important reason we are asking for, please grant us the Class A liquor license. Now I would like to discuss a little bit about our partnership structure. Currently, we are 3 partners in our gas station, and all of these 3 partners are state of Wisconsin residents for 10 plus years. We currently own 3 other gas stations besides the Sheboygan mobile one, and we are very proud to say none of our gas station has been violated from FDA inspections or city inspections for selling tobacco or liquor to any minors, as well as we are very key to follow all the rules and regulations set by state of Wisconsin or city. So I would like to request all committee members to please grant us the Class A liquor license so we can see some positive outcome of our investment in this gas station in Sheboygan here. Thank you all committee members for taking time to listen to me.
Thank you. Do any of the members have any questions? Alder Heidemann.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. You own Tidy Mart, right?
No.
No, you don't. Okay.
No, we don't.
Okay, so in putting this liquor store or being able to sell liquor, are you going to follow the guidelines for having a special room, closed off section? Because the city has a requirement for anybody that's selling liquor that it can't be, you can't just get it right into the gas station. Are you prepared to do that?
Well, we can certainly be prepared to do that, but in my knowledge, in gas stations, and I think if I'm not mistaken, the Quick Trip on that exit number 120 of that highway I-43, who currently has a Class A liquor license permit, in gas stations, it is like very hard to like completely enclosed a liquor area, just like what we have like cigarettes behind the counter, right? But since our gas station is not like a wide areas, most of our employees can keep an eye, and we also have some good cameras and footages, so it's hard to like completely enclosed where no minors are allowed to go in that, but of course, we can try to keep all our liquor and all those items in a certain areas where probably customers, as soon as we see someone is entering in that area, if we feel it's minor, we can stop them or ask them for their, age verifications.
Alder
Chair,
Heidemann.
thank you, Chair. The Quick Trip that you're referencing is actually in the town of Wilson, and they're not governed by the city of Sheboygan. So Quick Trip is allowed to sell liquor in there because they're in a different jurisdiction, okay? Currently, we don't have any gas stations that sell liquor. They can sell beer, but they can't sell hard liquor. And again, unless you're willing to, or you're going to establish a separate liquor store, I guess I'm not in favor of granting a license to a gas station, because we've got enough, if we grant that to you, you know how many other gas stations are going to come and want to have liquor in selling their locations? I think that just opens up a big Pandora's box, and I don't think we want, as a citizen, I don't want liquor being sold in every gas station in the city of Sheboygan.
Alder Heidemann, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, City Clerk, that Quick Trip sells their liquor behind the counter.
Not
No, you don't know.
not in the town
Do
of Wilson.
we don't have any? All right.
No,
never
we don't
mind.
have any.
I'm
No.
thinking of a different area then. All right, thank you. Alder Perla.
Yeah, is that possible for the legal department to chime in on the requirement of the city as far as Class A?
What
In
Alder
reference to
Heidemann,
what Alder Heidemann was referring to.
what Alder Heidemann was just saying, off the top of my head, I don't know if what you were saying is relating to Class A licenses. It may relate to Class B licenses, which is on-premise consumption. I'll have to answer you at a later date specifically on that.
So, as a follow-up, Chair, may I? So, if I understand correctly, it was confirmed that no other gas station in the city of Sheboygan has that.
I think there may be one potentially. City Clerk, there is one. Fisher's, Fisher's Food and Liquor.
It was annexed in. Oh, it was annexed in from town of Wilson? Okay. Very good. Thank you so much for that confirmation. And because of that, I also would have, I tend to agree with the colleague Heidemann on this, especially if it is a requirement of, and I would like to have that confirmation anyway, especially if it is a requirement from the city, then we would have no justification to contravene that requirement and to create a precedent. I agree with that approach.
What we can do, I would have to confirm, but this may be something that we could put, if we don't want to confirm this one today, maybe there could be another time where we could talk specifically about allowing to grant this license, if we could put that on the agenda at a different time. So if you'd like me to, I can definitely look into this, and we can specifically come back to this potential applicant.
Yeah, at least to confirm, since we are receiving information like this, to confirm that we are understanding correctly. And if those premises are confirmed, in any case, I would table this one today as far as this specific request.
Yeah, so I want to be clear. What Alder Heidemann's referencing is for certain relating to Class Bs. Do you remember when we had like that laundromat attempt? That's the one that we're talking about here. And that I know is specifically related to Class Bs, but I would have to be able to make certain that it is either yay or nay related to Class As.
Yeah, I think, as you're probably mentioning, sir, so just I can understand it correctly that in case if we were to be approved, we have to keep that liquor area at a certain space where it's completely enclosed in our store. Is that what we're probably referring for?
Alder Heidemann.
Thank you, Chair. When the location that I mentioned that I thought might have been yours, when they came to the city for a license, Attorney Adams had drawn up specific things that had to be, that were required for them to be able to open a liquor store next to a gas station. They couldn't sell it on the promise. They couldn't sell it where the gas was being sold. It had to be a separate room. It had to have a separate door. Fisher's was grandfathered in. Soary's owned it. Yep. That's 20 years ago. In order for him to come into the city, he was allowed to have a liquor store there. But again, I think we have guidelines in place if you want to sell liquor at your gas station. And you'd have to follow those guidelines, which would require that they would not be in the premise where you're selling gas, would have to be in a separate location and walled off. So.
All right, thank you.
And not to interrupt, but
Yep,
one
no,
moment.
you're good.
I'll look into trying to find those documents so that we're all on the same page. Thank you.
All right, and Alder Lefebvre.
Okay, an example of that I would believe might be if you go out Superior Avenue, there's Superior Discount Liquor. They have a entrance for the liquor store, and there is an entranceway for the gas station. You know, if you could do that, if you could find a way of making two separate entrances, I think you would be in compliance. So, you know, maybe you could look over your plans. I understand your desire to have that completely, you know, but we do want to have separate entities there. We don't want a gas station liquor store. You know, it's gas station liquor store.
All right, yep.
So just thank you for explaining all that. Just to clear one more time, so as per the city guidelines, the gas stations where we sell a gas basically do not allow to sell a Class A liquor.
Yes.
Kind of, correct?
Yeah, so it has to be,
A
it can be in
separate-
the same building, but it has to be walled off and have one or another entrance that can only be accessible via, I don't know, an entryway with like a,
And the Superior Liquor is in the town of Sheboygan.
Yeah.
You're right. So just barely, yeah.
so I would meet with the, probably building inspection, and they'll be able to direct you what you have to achieve to receive this license. Right,
Okay,
yep, all right, thank you.
thank you.
All right, anybody else here for the Class A? Alrighty,
Hi.
all right, can you tell us your business and where it is?
Sure.
And, yeah.
My name is James Owen, partner at Uptown Slice with Jerry Fager over there. So we have a pizzeria on Michigan Avenue, and we are opening an expansion to our business in the former Greasy Spoon restaurant on 8th Street. So this area is going to be called the Uptown Slice Depot. You might have seen the signage already out there for it. We're hoping to get open as soon as we can. The intention with this area is to offload our takeout and delivery business to a separate location so that our current restaurant, which has thankfully been very popular and gets extremely busy, takes off some of the load from the volume coming out of that place, and allows for a different location for someone to pick up their delivery orders or their takeout orders. We have a lot of DoorDash drivers coming in and out of our business, and yeah, so that's the primary purpose behind our new location. And there's going to be no seating in there whatsoever. But we also want to, we're going to have a retail market area in this location. Small, if you've been in there, it's a fairly small building. But we want to sell, ideally, beer and wine are our two priorities. We may, if this license is approved, we might choose to sell liquor at some point, but probably a very highly select, a small selection of that, sort of on the high end. So our intention is we want to have a full cooler door for cold wine and sparkling wine, which is we found is something that's missing downtown in Sheboygan. It's kind of hard to find a place that has particularly wine that's kept cold and sparkling wine. As well as a really nice selection of craft beer that we keep fresh and rotating. We already have through our current location, we have a lot of our customers are very appreciative of the different types of beer and wine that we offer there. and we hope to bring that kind of reputation to this store, and for customers coming in and grabbing their pizzas to go or just walking into the store. We're also going to have some snacks and desserts in there as well. But we'd like to be able to offer our customers these different categories as well. We haven't had any issues so far with any health departments or anything like that. We've had a clean record so far. We'd really appreciate the ability to expand our business a little bit and to, I think, provide a much needed location downtown for people to quickly grab. And again, this is going to be more kind of mid to high end wine and beer for the most part.
So I have a quick question to start off.
Yeah.
So would this be selling beer to take off premises, or wine take off premises with their pizza or whatever they decide to order?
Yep, correct. Or
Okay.
someone just walking in that just wants to check out our store. But yeah, that's the intention, is just takeaway. We have at our pizzeria that we have currently, we are going to be applying to for a Class B on-premise consumption license for that location. We did when there was a meeting previously. We weren't able to get one then, but we'll probably see you guys back in June again for that, or July for that one. But yeah.
All right. Any questions? Alder Perella.
Yeah, I was a little confused about, so you at Uptown Slice, you do not have that license. So I'm not sure I understand the connection between, I mean, I understand the ownership connection, but I don't understand the connection that using that as a depot for intoxicating liquor. I mean, what's the connection with the Uptown Slice?
With our current pizzeria?
Yeah.
So our current pizzeria, we don't have a full Class B intoxicating liquor license,
Right.
so we can just sell beer and wine for on-premise consumption. And we can sell, we can cork a bottle of wine and let a customer walk out with it according to the law. So this, the connection with that business is basically, it's not really, it's a separate entity, but instead of people calling our pizzeria now, asking to pick up, to order a pizza to go, or ordering online, which we get a lot of online orders, as well as, again, DoorDash orders and such, all of those orders will be sent over to this new location. And the idea is that we want, to have more of a little market there for people to pick up other things while they pick up their pizza. Or again, if somebody, just because it's a nice location on 8th Street where there's lots of traffic, just have a nice little mini neighborhood market for people to come and grab a 4-pack or a 6-pack of beer or a nice bottle of wine and take home.
So basically just a retail space for that type of product, and it doesn't have, and as we said, it's not going to be consumed or allowed consumption right there for that specific
Yep, correct.
type of product. Right, thank you very much.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, Alder Perella. Alder Lefebvre.
Yeah, so we're talking about this license that you're going to be applying for would only be for the entity that used to be the Greasy Spoon and not for the Uptown Slice that's on Michigan Avenue.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, just trying to make that clear.
Yep. All right. Thank you, Alder Lefebvre. Alder Heidemann.
Thank you, Chair. I guess I don't have a problem with the beer and the wine.
Yeah.
It's when you cross that line into hard alcohol. I think you still have to fall under the same requirements that a mini mart would have to be established a liquor store, because we can't have a set of circumstances for them and a different set of circumstances for you.
Sure.
So with the Class B the license where they can come in and drink in your establishment, does the Class B allow you to sell that beer or wine? Like you said, you were able to cork the wine?
Yeah, it's kind of a weird
Yeah, it is.
provision
It is.
in the law. You're not able to sell full bottles of wine, for example, but you can cork a bottle that a customer's already started and then give them that to take out, as long as it's corked and sealed. in
Okay,
some
so
way.
if they started a can of beer, you can't let them take the rest of the 6-pack out?
No, yeah, technically not yet, in our current spot. But yeah, the liquor, we're really not, at least right away, we wouldn't be selling liquor. I guess we'd have to do some more research into what is required if we were to. If we were to have a separate location or keep it behind the counter, we would of course do that, or we would just not sell it. Wine is really the priority. We just found out that we needed this different type of license that is in short supply to be able to sell wine, and we really think that that would be a nice ad for our business, but also for the area.
So he wouldn't fall under the same guidelines as a mini mart to be able to sell beer and wine?
Assistant City Attorney.
My opinion will, again, depend on me having much more fleshed out research on that. So unfortunately, I don't know the answer off the top of my head.
Oh.
Go ahead.
City Clerk.
I wanted to verify with Darcy because we had contacted the DOR regarding this, correct? And that they said that the license that they could apply for is a Class A liquor. And that's the only liquor license that they could apply for if they're not having seating and people drinking on the premise. So they would qualify.
All right. Any other questions, Alder Heidemann?
Nope.
All right, thank you. Alder Bors.
Actually, thank you, Mr. Chair. City Clerk just answered the question that I had essentially. I was trying to think if there are any other examples of this type of use of this license. And the only other,
Does the slow food?
well, that's what I was thinking, Il Ritrovo specifically, because you can buy bottles of wine and carry them away from Il Ritrovo. But they don't sell hard alcohol, to my knowledge, unless like limoncello is included in that, because I believe they sell limoncello. I may not know more about this than I should, but I'm just wondering if there's another application that's exactly the same as this, or if this would be unique. But you can buy whole bottles and carry them away.
Which I think that's
they
technically
do.
not against.
Yeah, in the store side of their establishment.
It's actually in the restaurant side.
Or, yeah, the
Slow
restaurant,
Foods
the
is
bar
completely
side
separate
of it,
now, right?
yeah.
But it's in the bar side. So that's why I'm wondering about that scenario, because it seems very similar to what we're discussing right
Mm-hmm.
now. And if it is, there is a precedence for it. I think the only difference is whether or not there's any hard alcohol that is being sold beyond beer and wine. Like I said, there may be, I don't know how that is determined, I guess, unless it's alcohol content or something of that nature. Hard alcohol versus beer and wine. No, I mean, I understand there's a distinction, but I don't know if Il Ritrovo is selling anything that would be considered anything but beer or wine. So that's my question, because I feel like that is a precedent for this type of request. And I do like the idea of sort of the neighborhood bodega, if you will, an opportunity for people who live down in that area to have access, at least to the beer and wine side of things. So I'd be curious about the precedent on that, and if it does exist, because I think that is a legitimate reason to consider the application.
Yep. I personally think that we should, until staff has better answers for our accommodations, I do wonder if we should grant any today. We'll finish presentations, but I don't feel comfortable with our current knowledge and with staff knowledge on this about passing any liquor license from these two. We may have another one that, you know.
And like I said, we've got two discussion items, or two items on the agenda here today, right? We've got presentations as one, and then discussion on potential letting people apply. So that's a completely separate item, and we can put it on the agenda in 2 weeks or whatever.
I think once we're done with presentations, we can come back to that in 2 weeks and revisit this and make a more well-informed decision.
So yeah, we can totally do that. I would say let's just finish out the presentations first, and then we'll get to that item agenda next.
All right, thank you. Yep, come back. Oh, Alder Perella.
Thank you, sorry for that. I'm still confused, I'm sorry for that. So you said that, Mr. Owen, you said that you would not be interested in, right now, in selling hard liquor.
Yeah, correct. That's not a big. We initially thought before looking at the details of the licensure that we'd be able to have kind of a similar. We'd be able to just get a beer and wine license for retail consumption, and then that would be that. We would do that, but it's only a beer license. It doesn't apply to wine for retail consumption, or for retail purchase. So that's what That's why we're here,
Very
essentially.
good. So I guess that as an Italian, I think of wine as beer, right?
Yeah.
But I guess I'm wrong in the sense that to sell wine, we need a Class A. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that
Okay.
correct?
Very good.
As far as
Okay.
our understanding, it's silly, it doesn't make any sense to me, but there's a lot of
Yeah,
stuff about our
yeah.
alcohol laws that make no sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, according to what we've read and looked into,
Very good.
this is the license we need to get.
And I tend to agree, Chair. I mean, we should be more clear with, with our guidelines. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yep. Anybody else for presentations? All right.
Thank you. I'm Jeff Kitzman. I am from the Minor Store, 924 North Taylor Drive. Reason we are asking for a Class A liquor license is for our gas station. Currently, our store does have one. Our gas station has a license to sell beer, and we're looking for Class A liquor license to sell hard beverages such as High Noon and ready-to-drink cocktail mixes.
At the gas station location?
Yes, at the gas station.
Okay. Did you understand what we were talking about before, having it like separate from the actual store?
Yes.
Does the gas station have the ability to do that?
We have, it's a sliding glass locking door. We could look into the potential of separating that to maybe rope it off before, we close at 10. I know the liquor sales end at 9, and we could rope that off, keep that separate.
Does that meet our city qualifications as far as keeping of separation?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question or
Does
the background?
So, Jeff was saying that they would rope off, but it's not completely separate from the rest of the gas station.
Like I said, there is potential of some past policy that we had that I don't know of, so I wouldn't want to make a statement on something that I am not certain of at this point, unfortunately.
All right. I think come back in 2 weeks. I think everybody should come back in 2 weeks when we have a little bit more information and we can make a better judgment on these. If that works for you.
Not going to be 2 weeks, it's going to be 3 weeks.
Or 3 weeks. Attorney Majerus. Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, we've got 5 weeks in, or 5 Mondays in June, so we're taking that last one.
All right, thank you. All right, yeah, so come back in 3 weeks and we'll make a more well-informed decision on this.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
Thank you. All righty, so we will move on. Do we want to talk about 7, seeing as we've...
So 7, I believe, is on the agenda as discussion and possible action. So because it's discussion only, nothing needs to be filed as far as I'm aware. Is that correct? Liz?
Sorry, what?
If something's just discussion and possible action, it doesn't need to be filed or anything. We can just, okay, yep. We don't need to do anything on that, so we could
So we will
open and close that one.
We'll open and close that one and reconvene on that in 3 weeks with more, when we have more information to make a more well-informed decision. So we'll move on to item number 8, RO number 31-25-26, a direct referral by the city clerk submitting various license applications.
Thank you. So the reason this one is a direct referral is because the change of premises are happening soon enough. And like I said, there's this 5th week in there, so we want to make sure everything's getting done as soon as possible. So that's why this one is direct referred today. So I believe that there are 3 on there, technically more, but one of them has several dates. It's all the same thing. So for the first one, staff is recommending granting the permanent change of premise to Turks and Timbers Bar and Grill. That's the bar itself is a different property owner. I believe it's like Ekabar LLC or something. So this proposed change is for Turks and Timbers to use their backed paved area of their property as part of their premise. They're going to be fencing everything completely in with a gate back there. They have a conditional use permit in order to have that fence close to that property. There's some zoning requirements there, and that has been granted. So really, there is no reason that the application should be denied, as I can see. So I recommend, our staff recommends granting that application.
Any questions? Alder Heidemann.
No, I'm sorry, that was before.
All right. Alder Perella.
Just as a clarification, so there is no change in the address
No.
of the license, just a change of the owner of the license, right?
So there's no change in the owner at all. So imagine a parcel, and the current premise has a portion of that parcel. This change of premise will include more of that same parcel. So it's on the same property, same owner, same liquor license. It's just going to be extending where they can and serve that alcohol.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Otherwise, I am looking for a motion.
Make a motion?
One moment before we get all the way there, there's some more applications here that I'd like to talk about. So before we get there, one moment,
right.
thank you. So there are a few more temporary change of premise applications, one for Crazy Fusion. They're going to be using part of, still on that same parcel that they own, the south and west sides of their parking lot of the building. They're going to be having a community cornhole tournament, so they'd like to be able to serve the alcohol outside there. Any questions on that application at all? Okay, and then the last one is for Paradigm Coffee. They're having a series of free summer concerts on the 5 Fridays in August, so there's 5 temporary changes of premise here for that. This will include the Uptown Parklet. Paradigm has already started their special event application for that event, so staff is recommending granting the application contingent to the completion and granting of that special event application.
Any questions? All right. Seeing none, now I'm looking for a motion.
Yeah, I move that we accept these with the caveats that are included with it.
With staff recommendation.
With staff recommendations, yes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. That is approved. Our next meeting date will be July 14th, 2025. I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. We're adjourned at 5:07. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.